Good afternoon, Speedgaming 5. My name is Big Daryl 1986, and I am joined here by Trenton for the Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Randomizer Speedgaming Live Tournament Finale, game number 2, where we have Hebinx versus ipsTee. Now, I'm going to introduce my co-host tonight, Trenton. How's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good. We get to chill. We get to watch this. The runners get all the stress of finding everything. We just get to sit back and talk about it. What could be better?
Yeah, pretty much. We get to sit here and laugh. I mean,
Encourage the runners with our energy.
yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, as I said, this is game number 2 of a 3-game set between Hebinx and ipsTee, where last night ipsTee finished just under 2 minutes ahead of Hebinx, thanks to some Dark King shenanigans. What are you
And to
looking
put
for?
that in context, T got there like 5 minutes or more before Hebinx, but they were they were effectively tied by the end, both being in the king fight at the same time.
Oh, I did not get to catch it because I was at work and I got home and decided, hey, I should sleep before doing this. So, yeah, it was a spoiler for me, but that's okay.
Well, you're the one talking about who won it. That's the ultimate spoiler. By the way, Haddix is tracking. Thank you, Haddix, for tracking. And one really noteworthy thing about the flags we're going to see these runners do in just a minute here. 150% is the max on the boss scaling. So that can make some of these bosses a little stout.
Little bit. All right, we ought to be getting going here momentarily. Our runners are on a 10-minute delay, so we're kind of just
We're enjoying the moment, the hype, the energy is building. And there they
yeah.
go.
All right. We are in the forest. Ooh, an early river coin. That will be very handy.
There's always going to be some coin be progress out of the first area to let you into one of the others. So, river or sand are the most common ones you're going to see.
Yeah, the one you don't want to see as much is sun coin unless you have other nice red chests holding stuff.
These are not nice red chests so far. We got the mask, which is for seeing enemies in the volcano. Uh, Not exactly what you're hoping for in the early game.
Not at all. But I mean, you're kind of just hoping you don't have to go to the volcano anyway, so volcano seems to be one of those you know, slightly lower tier areas to check.
The big question is going to be what is this Tristram item? Because with no bombs, it's... oh, we do have bombs. Never mind. We can
Yep.
finish the bomb dungeon, so there's more possibilities here. We started with the bombs. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
That's my fault.
Dragon Claw, oh baby. Yeah, I was gonna
Okay,
say,
so good news, bad news, because that opens up a ton of things that maybe we didn't need opened up just yet.
well, puts it more likely to be opened anyway. Doesn't really do much for us right away, but thankfully everybody here is being smart. They're all gonna go cash in that river coin, go get Ruben and Tristan 2 item, and whatever else they feel like doing. Ooh, shiny. Ooh, nothing.
Cat claws. There's effectively no difference yet if you had just come and checked the coin.
Yeah.
So the one nice thing Ruben 2 can do, or Ruben 1 can do for you versus just going ahead and doing the bone dungeon is he can cast life and just kill the dragon in one shot. But I believe you could have done that with the Dragon Claw anyways.
Yeah, kinda. And I didn't catch what kind of axe they were selling there.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. It only matters that you have an axe.
Yeah. I mean, if any chests are blocked in level forest, we need that axe, or if we have to go visit the alive forest.
So Sand Coin from Tristram 2, that opens up a Phoebe check as a possibility instead.
Yeah, I both like that play and don't, because it seems like Bone Dungeon always holds something good or something that you need. So skipping that to, fade for later, not always the best idea, but you never know.
I mean, you could take Phoebe there.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, what are you going to find in the Aquaria area that might keep you there or divert you back to Ruben's area?
Mega grenades. That'd be about the only reason I'd come back.
Yeah.
Maybe the key.
Make grenades. Yeah, Moonhelm or Apollo Helm would probably make me more likely to be like, you know what, let's get some experience in Firebird. But, ooh, we get a sword.
See, now you couldn't have done too much in Aquaria without that anyways.
Well, you couldn't do Ice Pyramid, you could do almost everything else.
Well, that's the important thing. That's the required one.
Yep. And he's checking out Temple, where he's going to get his Blizzard and be sad because it's black magic.
So, Oreo Blizzard or something crazy?
See, Oreo Blizzard would be nice. And we got T diving into the volcano. I mean,
Doing the peak strats, I love that. It's a very solid play. It's an easy way to look at a bunch of boxes that could be red, and you don't have to do a huge commitment of time just to see them.
but when you get Quake, you just feel bad. And you should.
Not really. I mean, you spend 30 seconds to look at 6 boxes, 8 boxes, something like that.
Yeah.
It's
But I mean,
really one of the most efficient checks you can do.
No, I agree, it is.
Now,
My
if I got
problem
that
is-
at the end of a 5 battlefield, that's when I feel bad.
Yeah, that's true.
And neither of our runners have really gotten a lot of money yet. We haven't seen too much from that, but the battlefields do start giving you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, T got a big chunk of experience, but money, not really. Out of that first battlefield, the first green battlefield they did, I should say.
Yes,
Alright.
of course, the battlefields are color-coded for us. Blue is an item, green is money, and gray is experience. But even within those, there are different levels.
Mm-hmm. They all have a different value amount. And we have a couple blue battlefields over here. 3 if you count the one that's blocked off. So we've seen 4 so far out of the 5.
And you got Phoebe to carry you through these, so it's perfect.
Yeah. The only reason you wouldn't want Ruben 1 here is just the fact of multiple enemies. Phoebe can target multiple enemies with thunder or fire. Ruben, well, one at a time.
Yeah, he can hit them hard, but Phoebe can hit multiple ones hard. So apparently it was just the axe, the regular axe.
Yeah. Which T's gonna pick up, just in case. I mean, this does open a couple checks for him in level forest, but... And the fire magic, holy wow.
That's actually a good time to pick that up. It's the right area. It's early enough that you would rather black magic instead of sorcery, because what's really
Yeah.
the difference in having flare and having no charges for flare until you level up?
Yeah, you have 1 charge currently for flare. You seem to get charges, I think it's every 5 levels? Yeah, that sounds right.
Meanwhile, Sun Coins, and now Phoebe 2's going to be on the table.
Yeah, that opened things up a little bit. Now everybody has choices. And white! Okay, well, who cares about black magic?
We're set for magic now. We've got black magic that can do a little bit, and we got the white magic sorcery. If I never found Flare, I wouldn't lose any sleep over it.
Yeah, I mean,
Was
Flare's
that
great.
it?
That was heal.
Heal. Okay. The worthless one.
Yeah.
And noble armor, that's not worthless.
Well, that makes this area a little bit better because it gives you water protection, which Ice Golem kind of uses a little bit.
So this is usually going to be just to check the brown boxes and leave. Most people aren't going to go all the way to fight a mini boss just to have it maybe sometimes be a red box.
Yeah, it depends on how our runners feel, because there is the fact of, you know, if this is the one check that cost me the race, and the Giant's Axe, poor T.
500 gold wasted. Oh well, it took the mental pressure off.
Yeah.
So both of our runners now have that sun coin. We got the magic mirror, which is for seeing enemies in the ice pyramid. That can speed things up a little bit.
And we have our 5th item, Battlefield, which T is hitting up right now. So 4 out of the 5 are accessible right away, and the last one's blocked off by Wake Water, but it's okay. So, good news, bad news. If you get black magic, you're going to get the best black magic out of this last battlefield. But, I mean, there's a good chance it's going to be something actually better.
I'm thinking a crest.
Yeah, it's about time, but Magic Mirror's in play. Or a Battle Axe. Wow, I am...
Well, we found all 3 axes already.
Yeah.
We're on the cutting edge with this suit.
Oh my god. All
I had
right.
to do that once.
Hebinx deciding, you know what? Phoebe 1 is fine. We're going to go back to this bone dungeon.
Yeah, I like this. It's a good time to clean it up. And there's a bunch of boxes in here, too, by the way, we have not seen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could go double-check level forest real quick to make sure we're not missing anything on those 2 chests, because, you know, when you don't check it, that's when it's important.
Yeah, I might do that along the way. We saw the peak strats on 2 of them, so I don't think it's a huge priority.
All right. And for those who haven't seen this randomizer or aren't super familiar in vanilla, yes, that is a very hidden area that I'm assuming developers either didn't have time for or didn't want to expand more for in the game.
Not much red in here so far. There's usually... Oh, there's one. There's usually a couple in this bone dungeon. Steel shield. Alright, we got a shield.
I mean, I've seen it where there's been no red chests in here until you go to the final room. So...
Yeah, my general expectation would be we're going to see 1 at this rate. Now it's iffy, but there's the crest I was calling for.
Yeah. I mean, it's the Gemini crest, which is... it's fine.
That still had 1.
Yeah.
3 red boxes, 2... Anywhere from 2 to 4 is very realistic in this place.
Yeah. And goodbye. Although almost 3,000 health, that seems a little high. So he had a boost. Alright, meanwhile, T's grabbing some seeds. And he's gonna get Ruben 2.
Nope, we
no,
haven't
Ruben
peeked
1,
it
yeah.
in yet.
Yeah, you're right.
2 crests in here. The Mobius is a required item, so that's one of the easiest ones to be hidden until late.
Yeah, it really is. But I mean, honestly, we have a lot of what we need now for endgame stuff, so I mean, we're really a hat and a rock short.
And mega grenades.
Well, yeah.
It's the thing about go mode in this game is like it's not that much, but it is because you collect so many things. You're usually only
Oh.
looking for one or two. But then when you stop and think about how many you actually need, it's like, oh yeah, and oh yeah, and oh yeah, and
Hebinx deciding he's going to go back to Fireburg as well.
well, yeah, unlocking Ruben 2 is always a play I support, and when you've got the claws, you've got a bunch of checks here. The
He
only thing you
might
can't
just
do
be
is rescue
grabbing-
Ruben's dad without the mega grenades.
Yeah. Ah, he's going backdoor. Nope, he's checking that. I forgot. I'm tired. Don't mind me.
Hi, Tired, I'm Trenton. Oh, no, wait, Fred was last night.
Yeah. So, Hebinx is grabbing Tristram here. He is most likely dipping back down to that Sun Coin door, and he's gonna go get Phoebe too.
Always a valid play.
Yeah. This is kind of what I was thinking he was gonna do, but I mean, there was a possibility he was gonna go do what T's doing right now, or maybe even Lava Dome, just to get through it.
Lava to him with Ruben 1 isn't great.
It's not great, but it's doable.
Yes, but you inherently know you're going to have to do it slower if you have other options that could speed it up.
Yeah.
So that's a play more like, okay, if I have to choose between Phoebe 1 and Ruben 1, I'll choose Ruben 1.
Yeah.
And of course, Tristram is just standing there, and he can stay there.
Yup. I guess he's in the game.
No quick dive on the level forest. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but
I mean, a good bit of it is actually in logic with the Dragon Claw.
yeah.
Not that I care for most of that, but I would usually dive first floor of tree, and again, just see a bunch of boxes real fast and see how that goes.
Admittedly, I am the opposite, where I will do everything I can to never go to the tree.
I mean, if you only go to the first floor, does it really count?
No, but no.
Okay, so
Don't wanna.
T fighting the Jin here, doing it with Ruben 1. Level 12 is a very decent level to do it with. The Dragon Claw boosts your magic, and White is gonna deal some damage.
I think Fred is chiming in on the, hey, let's check the first floor of the tree. Does that count? Yes, it does. And we did get a Weaver crest from the Windia shop, so we have all the crests. We can check everything. Except make a grenade blocked items.
And down goes the Jin. No red boxes
And-
there. Can't rescue the dad. And there's the missing hat that you had alluded to.
So, you know what? It is a required check. Maybe Hebinx did it right here. And there's Wakewater. So we have access to that final battlefield, as well as... well, I think the other chest in the tower was brown, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's a lot of surface checks to leave behind when you don't do a live forest at all. You know, maybe I have a tendency to overclear. I can certainly say that that would be a valid criticism of me. But That's just a lot of checks.
Yeah, and you do have all 3 crests right now, which could very well hold something neat.
And to be clear, I absolutely do not want to clear the Great Tree. I don't want to go to the 2nd floor of Great Tree. The Great Tree can just sit there like Tristram do. They can keep each other company as far as I'm concerned.
It needs to
But
stay
there's
rooted.
a bunch of these boxes in Level Forest.
Yeah.
Or Alive Forest, whatever.
Yeah, I've done that plenty of times. It's fine. T popping in for that first one. Seen it's a brown box, said, you know what? Nah. We'll see how he reacts after this Libra crest here, but... It's gonna check the
Reminds
temple.
me, we do have to see the Wakewater check.
Yep. And it looks like Hebinx is gonna do that after Ice Pyramid.
A lot of checks in Ice Pyramid. It is required. No Flare feels a little bad, but you do have the Fire spell, I believe.
And you have Phoebe too, so you have the white spell on a good mage as well.
Gonna have to fight something there.
Yep. So it looks like Hebinx is going to take the route of just going through the Ice Pyramid, killing the Golem, and then coming back and checking the side chests.
Yeah, you can peek at a lot of stuff on this route. And when you don't have the exit spell, you're going to have to backtrack after the Golem anyways.
Yeah. But we do have a red chest in view, so... And T is short for the Libra crest. Should not have bought those,
The axe.
those seeds. Or the axe, yeah.
Ooh, life spell. I don't think Heb checked that room yet.
I don't think he did either. We'll find out next time he hits that pause screen.
It's one of those things that is not, quote, required. But
Yeah.
no one wants to do the Dark King fight without it.
Fred pointing out that Hebinx did check it. And meanwhile, he also picked up, I think that was the Venus shield from the chest above the statue stab.
That was actually the Aegis. I believe he already had the Venus.
They had steel, I think.
Well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Oh,
I
that's
trust your
Gaia
track
armor.
and I trust me. Hedix is good.
That is Gaia armor, so that's a little bit more of a defense boost.
As far as not required, but we want it, of course you want the armor, you want a helmet for some fire resist, you want the Cupid locket for status resist, and you want the Aegis shield to prevent petrification.
Really important in the, well, not really important, but it makes things a lot easier in that Dark King fight.
I mean, if you're going to go into lower levels, you need everything you can get.
Oh, yeah.
Charm, first of our accessories.
Man, there are a lot of forced encounters in this Ice Pyramid.
That's the funny thing, is if you weren't seeing them, you'd be like, oh man, I made every choice wrong. But then we see them and you know that everything was right, there just were those enemies.
Yep.
But I've always said, if you gotta come here without the mirror, just walk the most direct path, because that's where they're most likely to have been shuffled from. Meanwhile, it's Golem time!
Let's see how fast he melts. Wow. Almost 2,000 didn't even get him out of first phase.
Gonna go with the white spell. I'm not actually sure between white and fire what would do more damage, because he is vulnerable to the fire.
I think white still does, because fire's power is just so low.
Yeah, so I would probably just switch over to fire instead of using the seed, but hey, just use Phoebe in white because 3 or 4 shots is going to do it.
Oh, yeah. And on that note, we are done. Hebinx says reclaimed the second crystal, and T is in Firebird, fighting some monsters.
Good time to mention we have to find all 4 of the crystals to be able to get the sky coin that is required for the game. So we're not searching for the sky coin, we just know we have to get all the crystals to get it.
That is correct. And there is our final black magic spell, Arrow. And, you know, you can't even argue that it's the only one that's useful in any way.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't have white, you would be quite happy with fire on that ice golem fight.
If you didn't have literally any other weapons other than regular bombs and you are in the Windia area and you have no other way to do damage, yeah, you can use fire or something else.
Alright, T is going to the lava dome, so we got a runner divergence.
Oh, yeah, we've had one for a little bit. Hebinx is doing the wake water check. But is this going to pay off big for T? Ooh, Hebinx not going to go check the final battlefield. Wonder if he remembers it's even there.
Must have something very specific that he's thinking right now.
He's going to go Lava Dome, I'm guessing.
I'm always a tad reluctant to do this without the mega grenades because there's the checks that are locked behind it, and I really don't like to have to come back, but you do what you gotta do.
Yeah. And Fred makes a good point of checking the volcano, and he's kind of hoping for the Venus key. I do agree there. I mean, me personally, I would have dived after the battlefield and then worried about Venus key later, but there's a reason Mr. Hebinx is in the finals, and I didn't even choose to play this year.
T got the big stick, the Excalibur, to hit stuff with.
Go big or go home. All right.
It is the best of the weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Debatable because of the status effects of the Dragon Claw, but as far as dealing straight damage.
Yep. And plus, both Dragon Claw and Excalibur have a +5 modifier attached to them, with Excalibur getting speed, which is, not super important. Unless, your partner's dead, and you gotta go fast. But the Dragon Claw gets +5 to magic, which is pretty important.
But we're speedrunning. We always want to go fast.
Yeah, sometimes you want to just deal a little bit more damage.
Peak strats let T see that there was a red box up here, and better to find that out before you do the 2 fights than after.
Yeah, Hebinx getting his big stick as well. He can now lay claim to the throne of Britain with his Excalibur.
Is it all of Britain or is it just Wales?
Hey, you would ask that. I do not remember.
I don't know. Chat will know. Chat always knows. Thunder Spell. Pika Pika.
I mean, if you didn't have white or arrow...
Yeah, you're never going to use it when you already got white.
No. You're never going to use it anywhere after Aquaria. Willingly. I mean, the only time we are likely to see this spell now is if someone accidentally switches Phoebe into auto and the AI chooses AI things, or they get confused and cast it either on themselves or...
Yeah, AI will do silly things like pick the element a monster is weak to, instead of the white spell, which would just do more damage anyways.
Yeah. Although, fun fact, thanks to a coating or some kind of air, having Phoebe on auto is also the only way she can cast the arrow spell. Which you would think is not important, but it's actually pretty useful in the in Pazuzu's tower.
We see another red box here, which is our third in Lava Dome. It's starting to look like this was a very, very solid routing choice. And Apollo Helm, it's a good time to get that.
Yep, we're coming up against the... Oh, there's exit.
Yeah, so this was clearly the correct choice, regardless of progress. This was the correct choice.
Yeah, so that gives T a little bit faster clearing time on the things that Hebinx has already done that he hasn't. And a Cupid Locket. Well then.
Lava Dome is loaded.
Lava Dome had the big stick, the Apollo Helm, and the Cupid Locket.
And exit.
And exit. Honestly, before exit, Apollo Helm and Cupid Locket, I was thinking it was kind of a bust. But, you know, game proved me wrong.
Yeah, keeping in mind, we are still looking for the Mega Grenades and Thunder Rock, so where do they lurk? And several of our checks are behind the Mega Grenades still.
Yeah, there are a couple checks here in the Lava Dome, but I think they were proven to be useless.
There's also Ruben's dad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess Aaron does count, or AA Ron. And yeah, Fred pointing out they have full defense available.
Was Aegis Shield here too?
You know, I'm thinking Fred is more correct than I am, and that might actually be the Aegis Shield. I thought that was Venus Shield.
Thank you, Hebinx.
Okay. I was going by the picture. I was
trying to figure out exactly how stacked this Lava Dome was.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, we got the dragon here. No meteor, which would be the preferred spell, but white will do the job quite nicely.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. So, did Hebinx skip a couple chests, or did he just clear that much faster?
I'm not 100% sure, but I do think there was a little bit of skipping. It may have been with peak strats, though.
Yeah, I mean, tracker showing that he has, well, the armors that were available, so...
Crystal for T.
And exit.
That's, by the way, the first of the bosses that could actually have more HP than the vanilla final boss.
Yeah.
21,000 for the max roll.
Yeah, that'd be bad. And Fred pointing out that he did get all the chests, his menuing is just that much better.
Both of these runners can play the game at a very high level. It is no accident that they're in the finals.
Oh, yeah. That is very true.
And clearing out this battlefield. So we have to get Mega Grenades. The seed is telling me after this battlefield, if this isn't the Mega Grenades, it's time to just go to Pazuzu's tower and hope that works out.
And hope it's not in the tree, yeah. Or behind Squid Boy in the wintry cave. That would be honestly kind of funny. I haven't seen
Spencer either.
Nope, I have not checked Spencer.
So yeah, the seed is telling me, okay, you got the Dragon Claw, you got your defense. Go to Pazuzu's Tower and just see if that cleans up your go mode along the way.
Or at
Which for
least it
T
did.
might mean not getting the Aegis Shield. Well, no, you're getting it out of the pyramid anyways. Him going
Yeah.
to the pyramid makes sense. Yeah, T pyramid is the easiest dungeon that you still have required. Do that, see what it gives you. It's going to give the Aegis Shield, and he's going to be quite happy with that. Then after that, you just need the... he still needs the Mobius Crest too, so...
Yeah, you'll get that along the way. Lowell pointing out that it could be behind Kaylee 2. And you know what? I hope so.
Yeah, leave it to this seed to get revenge for last night, where the items were too free.
I don't know, these are kind of free tonight, too.
Well, we don't have Thunder Rock. We don't have Mega Grenades, so we're missing at least 2 required items still. And there's a lot of ways that that logic can turn out.
Oh, yeah. But then again, we haven't really found anything in the side dungeons, really. We did have a couple things in shops, but...
One at the end of Pazuzu's Tower.
Save the frames, leave the girl.
You monster.
I mean, I saved the frames in Super Metroid too, but that's just because I'm bad at it and want to make sure I don't run out of time.
T got his shield. Heb working on the Pazuzu Tower clear. You can't do this without the Dragon Claw. It's very required. There are some checks you can get to without it, though. So occasionally this place can really troll you and have the Dragon Claw.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen it. I've had it happen. It is, you definitely are not amused by that.
Jumbo Bombs.
Jumbo!
Yeah, that's a good time to mention those Beholders are the first time we're now dealing with a monster that can reflect magic. So you can't just clear everything in here with the white spell.
Well, it's the first time in this race we're seeing it. Chronologically, we could have seen it if they had jumped into the giant tree. They would have...
say battlefield, but we didn't have a reason to do the battlefield.
Yeah, no. Nope, giant tree would have given us black ooze, which are the chronologically first monster to have the reflect status. Thankfully, this game went easy on us and didn't put that many monsters with reflect, with those being the only 2 that I can think of off the top of my head.
Depends on how you want to count Psy Shield.
Yeah, that is true.
These enemies are weak to bombs, however. In fact, that's the case with both of the reflect enemies, so...
Sure
Good time
is.
to have Jumbo Bombs. Alright, Pazuzu's Tower, you gotta flip the switches, lock Pazuzu in place, and then finally you get to fight the Jerkbird.
Yep, otherwise he just runs off to another floor, which is super annoying. I had to do that the first time through the game as a kid. Didn't realize there were switches to hit. But yeah, the switches are going to be on the even number floors. So, 2, 4, and 6.
This is the place in the game that probably feels longer than it is. The tree is longer than it feels, and it still feels long.
Yeah. The tower just kind of depends on what floor you get Pazuzu on. This is looking like 3 or 2. So
He's got a full clear anyways, because there's a red box.
Oh yeah, that is true. No, Pazuzu's gonna have to be on floor 2. Because we've seen floor 3 already.
Here's the box. Bit of shield.
So that's all the shields, all the armors, 1 of the helmets, 2 of the accessories, and a
I spell
golem
them
down
down
on
for
T
T.
side. Yep. T did not want to build a snowman, he wanted to burn it, which is a very good play. Set it ablaze.
Alright, jerkbird time for Heb. T able to use the exit spell to get out of the ice pyramid just a little bit faster.
Yep.
Likewise,
and
the cave over here.
T is going to go ahead and beat up the squid. I mean, I like this play for the fact of you don't think your opponent's going to do it, so if it's holding something, it's going to be worth it. But
he just hasn't done this yet.
Yeah.
Because there was the magic mirror that he didn't.
Oh, yeah. So he literally just went and did the Phoebe check and backed out. Okay. But I mean, I still like it. I'm assuming he's going to clear the squid. He's already here. It's not going to take but 2 rounds, maybe.
Well, I'll always appreciate people doing something to give themselves a chance.
Yep. I mean, you're here anyway. You're basically, once you see that last red chest that he had gotten, you're like, I'm 1 room away. Let's go.
And there goes the squid. Nothing.
Pretty sure they had Dragon Claw when they first got to Wintry Cave. I might be mistaken. And T taking full advantage of the soft lock prevention ability of the exit spell. You cast the exit spell while you're on the world map, and you go right back to the alive forest. They did have bombs, yes.
We started with bombs, just not the mega grenades. Starting weapon was level 1 bombs.
Yeah, that is true. It is a very good reason to abort. But again, I don't quite remember if they had Dragon Claw at that point. I think they did, because I think they got it at a Bone Dungeon or one of the early areas. Oh, Fred, you're all right.
Tristram 1.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right.
Occasionally I remember things. Just usually not when I'm actually running. Gem Nightcrest. T gonna get a couple of them here.
Yep. And the funny thing is, T could have just had Benjamin cast life to kill the bone Skullsaurus Rex. There we go. I was gonna call him Bone Guy, but I was like, wait, no. He has a name.
Is it Mud?
Yeah, it doesn't matter now. He's dead.
That works.
Crystal
Good fight going on for Heb here. The bird is weak to arrow, so arrow with Dragon Claw doing 1400 damage. She's also vulnerable to arrows, so having Phoebe here is slightly better than Kaylee because she can shoot him when the Psy Shield is up.
That is true. Right. What is T up to? He is going back to the Aquaria region. Oh, he's going to check the Libra Crest.
I think I mentioned this earlier. Tree withering. Okay, that's Kaylee 1.
Oh, that's...
No elixir, but I'd probably do it anyways.
Well, he's doing it. I mean, it's a quote-unquote fast check. The longest time you're going to spend is walking somewhere else, honestly, so...
Yeah, and there's the 2 other boxes in the forest we have not seen yet.
That is correct.
And they start looming when you're this deep in a seed and you're not seeing all the things.
So, pointless to check those 2 chests. We're going to find out if Kaylee is going to be... the first part of Kaylee is going to be useful, I should say.
This is a very non-trivial Pazuzu. Heb's still working on it.
Well, Heb took a wipe, I think, because Bird
Yes, because he's
was
back in
posing.
phase 1, and he was in Paint Me Like One of Your French
Oh,
Birds.
baby. Oh, baby, you see what T's got? Kaylee 1 holding the goods. Mega grenades.
Alright, so it's everything but the Thunder Rock, and it opens up the Ruben's dad, which is probably what he's going to do right now.
That's what I'm thinking. What you doing, T? T, what you doing? Okay. He's choosing Windia area. That's fine.
Yeah, again, if you only need one, real quick, Haddock's reverse who's got mega grenades. It's T that's got them. If you've only got one thing that you need, I'd much rather do Pazuzu's tower and just see if that works out. Just logic.
Yeah. Oh, that's why T realizing, oh yeah, I need Phoebe.
Well, if he was going to do Ruben too, then you wouldn't need Phoebe. But if you're going to do Pazuzu's tower, then you do need Phoebe.
Yep, Pazuzu's tower it is. Oh, saving the girl, T. Why?
The people's champion. Yeah, so Pazuzu is hitting very, very hard here.
Oh,
And,
he sure is.
That makes it hard to survive. It means that you have to heal a bunch. But this is a... I think we have the cure spell. It's a
We
good
have
time to
life,
actually have
so-
Ben do the healing instead.
So Abiku asking in chat, where do we find Ruben 2? Well, Ruben 2 we would find in his vanilla Ruben spot. Once we take Ruben to rescue his dad from the mines. That's when he becomes available. All the second forms of the partners are found after picking up their key item, quote unquote. So Kaylee, we find her after, beating up the Minotaur. In this case, she gave out the mega grenades. But then we have the added, hey, we gotta find the elixir before we can use her. Phoebe, we have to go into the winter cave, sorry. We have to go to the spot where in the vanilla game, the ledge collapses and Ben falls down the cliff. Because, he's an idiot. For Ruben, I just explained. And Tristram, well, we just have to go into the bone dungeon and where he sells you the bombs in vanilla is where he would, do his little transformation thing, or the ability to get the second form, I should correct myself.
And Pazuzu down for Heb. I mean, that was probably close to a max roll HP, if not.
Yeah, it had to be pretty close.
Which gets to be over 30,000. It's quite a monster when you gotta deal that much.
Very tedious. Alright, so Heb having the first 4 crystals and getting Sky Coin. However, T's not that far behind him. Oh, Heb's gonna do the Kaylee check, and he's gonna get some Mega Grenades.
He
I'm
does
glad
not
I
have
didn't.
Kaylee yet. He was just
Oh
checking the
yeah.
forest. He doesn't have the tree wither.
Oh. See, I've got chat covering up that portion of tracker on Hebinx, so I missed that.
Oh, I put chat over to the right, and the window is over top of the rest of the screen.
Oh yeah.
Technical details. Okay, here we go.
This gets us tree wither.
Heb's like, where was this 5 seconds ago?
Like, yeah, whatever.
Oh, he's not thinking it yet.
Nope.
This is bad for Heb.
Yeah, the longer he does this, the well, the more T's catching up.
The T is gonna be a higher level for the jerk bird, which is going to help some, but
Yeah.
he is still quite the jerk bird.
Jerk bird's a jerk. And just exiting out, gonna restart the thing, because Pazuzu was on floor 1 for T.
Yeah, when Heb came in, he talked to Pazuzu on floor 1. The difference is T
Yeah.
talked to Pazuzu.
Yep, talked to him on floor 3, which I can't remember. Somebody explained to me how many floors he moves around, but either way, it went a little bit quicker for T than it did for Heb to, lock him down, get to him.
So Heb is gonna clear out the Jin without Ruben, then presumably come back here with Ruben, but you're not gonna have the mega grenades for the dad, so then theoretically you're setting up a triple dive, potentially.
Yep. Okay, I see what you mean now, Haddix. In this case, chances are, yeah. Let's see. I gotta do math. Give me a second. So.
If you're doing it while live on Twitch, it'll always betray you.
Right? Either way, the number I'm presuming is 4. Because... No, that's not right. You know what? I'm just going to shut up. But either way, the reason that the numbers were so close together for Hebinx getting Pazuzu on floor 2 and T getting Pazuzu on floor 1 is because T got him, talked to Pazuzu, and Pazuzu rolled up to roll floor 7, where he just went back up and rounded back over to floor 1. Presumably. I'm also really tired. I work overnight, so...
So a couple levels can really make a difference on certain fights, and Heb, when fighting Jerkbird here, had a real problem of one of his, either Ben or Phoebe, being dead, and then needing to heal with the other. What T has gotten away with a little bit more is Phoebe's ability to cure and heal both of them, so it's only taking 1 spell instead of 2 spells to recover, which means you have more turns to attack.
Yep. And... Oh, yeah, I forgot. We haven't done the Falls Basin. I was thinking Heb was taking a dip to Spencer, but...
Unfortunately, there's just nothing left that can help.
Yeah.
Like, we're not even talking required anymore. We're talking about things that could help. They're all accounted for.
Well, we know. Heb's still looking for those bigger grenades. Or Thunder. Well, and Thunder Rock, I should say. Yeah, Spencer can very well have that Thunder Rock.
Alright. Here's where Heb had things go off the rails, unfortunately, the first time. Had Pazuzu down to the final phase and then did Jerkbird things.
Did Auto Phoebe just cast fire?
I'm not sure that was auto.
I'm not.
I
I'm just
believe
gonna
Auto Phoebe would have casted arrow.
not necessarily, but that's a
The
yikes.
important thing is T got through the fight, so GG T.
Yep. That is crystal number 4, so both are
Here's Heb doing the
erasers.
tree with her.
Yep.
So both of our runners have the Sky Coin now. That is required, of course, but we are still missing that Thunder Rock to be able to free Mac's ship.
Yep. So realistically, what possibilities do we really have?
Ruben's dad is the big one that's stuck in my head because it's quote-unquote free.
Yeah.
We finished the Wakewater check, so that's gone. Dullahan, we've only seen the one. And technically Medusa, as well as, of course, the tree.
Yep. Tree and crab stick out, because have just noped out of that. But yeah, Mount Gale, that... Oh yeah, the Alive Forest in general, because...
Yeah, so this is... the density check tells you to go to tree.
Yeah. Go through the
free
Alive Forest.
check in that you don't have to fight a boss tells you to do Ruben's dad first, and after that, logic is telling you it's time to do the tree.
Yeah, go through the Alive Forest, get all those. Get the giant tree while you're there, unless you find it along the way.
And if the Thunder Rock is on the
multi-key
first
doesn't...
floor of tree, don't expect me to let you live that down.
Yeah.
Because I called that the first time we came here with an axe.
You did.
I would check the first floor of tree.
T gonna go ahead and do his Wakewater. Now again, Spencer could very well have it as well.
Yeah, that's never a check that feels great. It's one of those things you might end up putting off until you got the key as well, but this is so much faster a check than it is in vanilla that you really shouldn't pass on it lightly. And there is a sneaky brown chest in here as well.
That is true. I mean, we don't have the Venus key, so we can't check the lock chest. Oh, baby. Wow, go mode. He takes the lead.
So everyone can feel free to blame Fred for that.
Poor T. Or poor Heb, I should say. And poor Fred, honestly. He's taking the blame here. Don't give Fred anything, he's gonna blow it up.
Yeah, it's... again, I said I wanted to check Ruben's dad first. Ruben's dad didn't have anything, right?
Nothing important. He had the multi-key. Multi-key.
Yeah, so I agree with the logic of this decision. It just happens to not be the answer.
Yep. But I mean, he's checking the forest, which is the next logical check. I mean, yeah. That's pretty nice, honestly. There's the moon helm. That's not nice.
No, but it would have been nice to have earlier if you had come in and checked the first floor of tree when we first got here. Didn't have the Apollo helm yet.
Yeah? Is Heb's gonna make the full dive?
That's gonna be really, really unfortunate.
Oh, baby. I hate to say it, this is T's race to lose.
Yeah, now just so we're not getting too carried away, this is a clear advantage for T. Just how much time is already invested in this, much less the rest of the place. But Dark King is such a fight that this could be a one Dark King battle advantage. Maybe
Yeah, maybe 2. I lean a little bit closer to 2, honestly. I mean, we're not all going to get the Dark King that you've had in the past, where it just face tank, face plant, whatever you want to call it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I usually fight him on 100% minimum, 150 to 200% maximum.
Right. I just remember I was there for one real bad Dark King fight.
Oh yeah, I've had several that were impossible.
This one wasn't impossible. You got through it. It just took a while.
Yeah.
T talking to Mac.
I will actually roll seeds where it's impossible because there's no encounters you can fight for experience.
Oh, yeah.
So I am max leveled and can't beat Dark King. There's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, baby, we have one more chest on the ship, and it's the Venus key. No one cares.
Yeah, again, it can't lead to anything, so it doesn't
Nope.
matter. It's probably the elixir, so if for whatever reason you had a preference so strongly to Kaylee 2 that you didn't want to try and do the final boss with Phoebe, yeah, that's the only difference it could make.
Did we see steel helmet or steel sword?
Very possibly on both.
But yeah, as Triple Factorial is pointing out in chat, T is level 21, which is the threshold to survive Spider Kids. But yeah, Laser's just gonna wreck you no matter what. So
at this point, every level you got for Dark King would improve one thing at least. I mean, there is a big difference between being 840 and being 900. And oh boy, Adam's gonna go to Dullahan. He didn't fight the tree boss, but he's gonna do Dullahan. Also. So, T doing the Dark King, and I always say you are hoping for a long phase 1.
yeah, you want a long phase 1, so you're not getting a long phase 2, 3, or 4.
It's 60k max HP for the Dark King, so that's a lot of white spells. Phase duration is independent of the HP, at least currently, so it's no indication whatsoever. We are not at the quarter mark that we know of.
Yeah,
now that would make a lot of sense if that's correct from Triple. Each phase has its randomized, so the combined max is 60,000.
yeah, it's been a minute. It's been explained to me, but I have slept since then, so...
I just know they're independent, they're not evenly divided.
Oh. Oh, heal potions. I mean, we knew it was going to be brown, but still feels bad.
There's our banger alert. Had to do some things behind the scenes. Phase 3, this is where things start getting real dangerous.
No. Doing the Medusa check that he skipped earlier. Is he gonna go back and do
Okay.
crab too? Please,
No.
Heb, no.
Putting ourselves in Heb's position, this is the correct play. T is not done yet. If T has done the things you didn't do and is on the Dark King, you're figuring this is over anyways. If T is stuck while you're stuck, then it's got to be an out-of-the-way thing. And this play makes sense. I say as he doesn't like Medusa.
Yep, he is going to Spencer. You've seen the visible frustration after he finished Medusa, so he is starting to feel the pressure. He knows, he sees that 1 hour mark hit, and he's like, okay, anytime now. Oh, yeah, Thunder Rock.
And that's where if you had more time, you would deliver Spencer a gift of appropriate gratitude.
Yep.
But he didn't build the bridge. What's he doing? Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind.
Going to Windy.
I'll be okay. You worked overnight. I didn't get enough sleep.
Yes, this is a best of 3. This is game 2 with T up 1 game already and looking to close out this series. The finals. And there's Spider Kids, and he survives.
I tell you, this is one where Heb opened so strong, it was looking really good up to that Thunder Rock. Here's phase 4 on the Dark King. But really, Tree Wither is where we saw such a difference happen.
Yeah,
and because Heb went and checked the forest, he was reluctant to go back and check the Tree Wither.
Yep. That's the big thing. Heb was also later in checking the Libra Crest in general, so... Of course, that was kind of what you implied, but again, as we've mentioned, we are both very tired, but very excited to be here. As T is in Cthulhu phase. Spider Cthulhu.
This is the dangerous spot.
Oh, yes.
Exact best thing, maybe, that the Dark King could have done there.
Yep. Mega Flares are kind of what you want to see, because if you see that Silver Web come out, that could have confused him. Well, no, it couldn't confuse him, but it would still hurt. Phoebe can be confused, though.
Confusion better than petrification.
Most of the time.
BB down, but that's why you cast the life spell for your healing, because it does 1 more HP.
Yeah, that is a very good point. Confusion is fine until Phoebe casts white on the party. And I have
confusion on Phoebe, gonna go little to snowman.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
But it means you also don't get the healing, so now a big shot would be really bad to Phoebe.
Nah, took Spider Kids, it's fine. Silver Web again on Phoebe. Are we gonna see the... Oh, she recovered right away. And GG. We have a winner, folks. ipsTee is finishing this race. He is finishing this series with an official race time of 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 21 seconds. GG's to our champion and to our runner-up, Hebinx. We are going to see about getting these two in for a quick little interview. It's going to be just a moment. And yeah, it looks like Hebinx is going to go ahead and just hit that forfeit. Which, you know, that's fine.
Yeah, he's feeling it after, well, let's get him in here and get his thoughts on it.
Oh, yeah.
Heb, you made your choices. This wasn't the day for him.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'd been doing so many I did like 3 practice seeds before tonight. So I think I just had seed blur, and it came back and bit me, and it is what it is. GG's to you, T. Congratulations on the victory.
GG. Well.
T,
Interesting.
that phase 4 had to be nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Ducking really tried hard to give us Gang 3 anyways. Yeah, but I mean, I played it as safe as possible. Yeah, fortunately he didn't comboed me where I couldn't do any Vacation laser combo, and fortunately Phoebe decided to behave somewhat in her confusion phases.
Yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking for us to see. Every time we look over and see what Dark King's doing, oh, it's a silver web on Phoebe. How is this gonna go sideways? Thankfully.
And on top of that, we also had changing initiative ducking, where Phoebe sometimes was faster than him, resulting in double turns for him, which is also kind of shaky on our ways. So.
Yeah, variable speed king is annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what do you guys think of the seed overall?
I kind of felt like I had lost after I took that wipe on Pazuzu. That phase 4 wipe was just kind of like the nail in the coffin. It's like, this is not going to be my seed. And I think that rattled me. Otherwise, you know, getting the Pazuzu at like 40 minutes felt great.
Yeah, no, honestly, you had the lead there for the longest time. The real trick is T was the first to check that Libra crest in the Libra temple. And then went straight to that tree wither, got the mega grenades. Kind of made things a little bit more streamlined for him, even though, yeah, that Thunder Rock was something.
Definitely. When I finished the first 3 big dungeons and still was lacking a lot of things, I already started picking up checks left and right because I thought there's no way everything is in Pazuzu's tower. Yeah, that helped out a bit.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. In your Pazuzu fight, T, did Phoebe on auto cast fire?
So there's a bug actually. Normally you don't have Phoebe in the Pazuzu fight, so it only occurs in the randomizer. But when Phoebe's on auto against Pazuzu, I think it might happen in the vanilla game against Zoo 2. When Phoebe 2 does this, she can cast spells she doesn't know. She can cast Arrow, even though she doesn't normally know it. And I think that happens once today.
Oh no, I know she can cast Arrow. I thought I seen her cast the fire spell on Pazuzu.
She also casts the fire spell a bunch, but normally she doesn't know the Arrow spell, and when she's put on auto, she still does it.
Yeah, no, I was just thought I was hallucinating there. I seen fire. I'm like, wait, what?
She goes completely random in the Pazuzu fight, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. T, any final thoughts on the seed or the tournament or life in general?
Well, I'm super happy and didn't actually expect to go that far. I had to play the first 3, so we had a kind of seeding going into the tournament, depending, I think, on the qualification tournaments beforehand or races beforehand. And yeah, I had to go through seed 1, 2, and 3 during my journey. So I kind of expected every round to go out, basically, because I had to face really tough opponents. And I think I got a lot of times just lucky along the way today too. I mean, it's not normal that he just forgets to check spam, so that was really unfortunate. Just an unfortunate mistake, I think. Otherwise, we would have gone to game 3 here. And yeah, got a bit lucky. I think everyone played really well, despite some little screw ups here and there. But that happens just because the randomizer can be really confusing. And yeah, I myself made ton of sloppy mistakes too, because sometimes you get confused. And yeah, everyone played really well. We had a lot of really good players in the tournament, and I think we had some really good matches resulting out of that. So it was a really nice tournament. And I want to thank everyone involved with that for setting this up.
Oh yeah, very much. Big thanks to Shanigan and everybody behind the scenes doing this tournament. So real quick, T, I want to just walk you through what you did in this tournament. In round 1, you went 2-1 with Sir Link-A-Lot, our number 3 seed. You went 2-0 in the second round to Wildem, the creator of the randomizer. The semifinals, you went 2-1 against the grandfather of randomizers in general, Mr. Fred Coughlin. And now you have knocked off Mr. Hebinx, who is easily one of the most prolific racers of this randomizer. So once again, GG on the victory.
Yeah, luck was on my side, especially today, and also in the race against Fred in the first race. I got lucky too, but yeah, sometimes it's just on your side and things work out.
Yeah, and Hebinx, I would be remiss to not ask you what you thought of the seed of the tournament and of everything in general.
Being part of the tournament crew has been hectic, to say the least. It's been a good time, though. I'm glad I was able to help out Shanigan, our main organizer. Shout outs to him, and Ham and everybody else behind the scenes to get this stood up. I honestly didn't think I would make it to the finals. I raced this game a lot, but I don't put myself up there as like the top runners. I don't even speed run the vanilla game, so I just picked this up and started running it a lot. But yeah, no, it's been great seeing everybody come out and compete. Feels bad to lose a stupid not check, but it is what it is. That's the rando. I made my plays, and I'm just gonna deal with them. And yeah, huge shout outs to everybody who's been helping out Hatox on tracking. Did a great job on commentary. RPG Check, Fred, you, Daryl, Trenton, everybody else who's been helping out behind the scenes, Captain Nerd. So it's been giga. It's been great to see everybody who's helping out. If I didn't throw you a shout out, I'm sorry. There's been so many of you helping out behind the scenes, and it's been a really good time. I'm glad I made it to the finals at least, though. As an organizer, I was kind of thinking I would get knocked out in round 8 again, like I did last year, and then I'd be doing commentary and organizational stuff. But here I am.
I mean, second place ain't that bad of a way to go.
No, it's not terrible. And I at the end of the day, it was like win or lose, I made it to the finals. That's all I could really ask for.
Exactly. All right, GG's to both of our racers. We are gonna start winding down here. Trenton, I know you've been pretty quiet. You want to toss anything in here?
I guess I'm just curious. Has this tournament inspired anyone to chase a vanilla PB of the speedrun?
I might take a stab at it. I've been saying for a while now, I've been meaning to actually speedrun the vanilla game, so.
Yeah, my plan was already to go back to the vanilla game to after the tournament to aim towards 156 or 155. So
are you gonna try to finally beat the task that's been sitting there with suboptimal strats for years?
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah, 156 or 155 is the goal there. So that will be happening on to my channel for the next probably months. And yeah, I will throw in an oops all random randomizer here and there, because I think that's the most fun. Maybe we can have a tournament of that in the future somewhere.
There's been discussions. There's been talks. Maybe doing some overworld shuffle. Maybe doing some dungeon shuffle. We'll see.
Oops, bad time. But yeah, Trenton, any other thoughts or anything before we get to wrapping up for reals?
The only thing I can say is remember that the real Mystic Quest is the friends we made along the way.
All right. Well, in that case, thank you very much, Hebinx and T, for the showcase. Good job to both of you for the tournament in general. I would be remiss, we have not thanked our host for this tournament, Speedgaming. Speedgaming Live is doing a very big thing by allowing us and so many other randomizers to do these online tournaments, whether for fun, for showcasing things, whatever why they do it, I don't know, but these guys are great. I know you all are here supporting them. I appreciate it. They appreciate it. But again, thank you to them. They do have an in-person tournament coming up very soon. If you are part of their Discord, you can get more information on that. But yeah, I think that will do it for us. Trenton, you want to toss anything else out?
I'm good. It was a fun race. You know, sometimes the real race isn't even necessarily the result or the closeness of the finish, but it's the battle of strategy, and both of these runners played it at a very, very high level. So this was actually an extremely close race, and it was a lot of drama. It was very entertaining. Chat, if you're very entertained, please follow the runners. Thanks, everybody, and have a good night.
Yep.
Bye-bye, good night.
You guys have a good one, and on my final note, follow the runners. These guys are amazing. Thank you all very much. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Speed Gaming, and for all the viewers who have caught us in the past. I am Big Daryl 1986 for the Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Randomizer. Thank you all. Have a good night.